A lost dog is hard enough, even harder when, like in this story, the dog is more than a best friend and family member. SNN local news reporter Amber Stidham has more on the search for one man's lifeline and what brought them back together.
Greg Lawrence was having coffee at O'Leary's when he noticed his dog Jenny was missing. Except Jenny wasn't just any dog, Jenny was his guide dog. Greg Lawrence spends most of his time with his guide dog Jenny. Greg may be deaf, but that doesn't hinder his love for the water or his boat. Jenny has been his ears for nearly 10 years, but his day took a turn for the worse around 10:30 on Monday. His faithful companion Jenny was gone.
The Humane Society, they were closed. I knocked on the door and they helped me and we called the police. We reported her stolen.
Because Lawrence is deaf, Jenny lets Lawrence know when someone is knocking at the door or an alarm goes off. She carries a lot of responsibility. Most locals who frequent O'Leary's in the nearby park know Jenny. However, Koya Dreyer and her kids didn't.
We didn't really know what to do, but decided to try to help. We talked to everybody, maybe but him, it seems, and didn't want to just leave her there. So we began the effort to try to find who she belonged to.
Jenny and Greg were reunited after Koya and her family contacted a nearby vet to scan Jenny's chip, giving Lawrence and Jenny both some much-needed relief.
Because as soon as she saw him, she started to pull harder on the leash and was wagging her tail and just was obviously very excited.
Extremely intelligent dog. Very, very powerful spirit.
Greg told me he is very thankful to the Sarasota Police Department for their help in reuniting the two. Oddly enough, back in January, the only other instance in which Greg and Jenny were separated, they were aided by the exact same police officer who helped bring them together both times. Reporting from the Bayfront, Amber Stidham, SNN Local News. Greg told me he is very thankful to the Sarasota Police Department for their help in reuniting the two. Oddly enough, back in January, the only other instance in which Greg and Jenny were separated, they were aided by the exact same police officer who helped bring them together both times. Reporting from the Bayfront, Amber Stidham, SNN Local News.